Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new Rants with Dez. I didn't want to say the topics tonight because, like always, I like to keep it secret sometimes. And all that St. Patty's Day is done. I can put this away again for another year. Go Irish, whatever you want to call it, because it's St. Patty's Day. So happy evening, night, morning, afternoon, Monday through Sunday. Tonight's topics, main events, actually have everything to do with Donald Trump. Hopefully, you guys got this whole thing because I saw the whole thing going across again. My computer's kind of retarded. It's brand new, but it's kind of retarded. But we have Trump when it comes down to it. We're going to be talking about tonight. So hopefully, everybody's having a fantastic evening. In fact, I don't know. Oh man, it's one of those things where we're gonna have to talk after the live. So it's one of those things where in the rooster, the rooster. You should have asked me this prior to going live. I love it though, brother. But let's get started with the topics at hand. So, as I said, it's all about Trump tonight because at the end of the day, the media wants to make sure it's always about Trump. Not Joe Biden. God forbid Joe Biden, is put on there under the freaking whatever, it actually is. Under the lens, I guess you call it. So Mike Pence this past weekend, I guess on Sunday, he said that he forgives Trump. His heart forgives Trump. Thank you, Mike Pence. Thank you so much for forgiving Trump for the January 6th so-called insurrection. The fact is, you should be actually apologizing to the American people. Here's the truth. I actually have Mike Pence, the bloodbath, and January 6th. Those are my topics for tonight. But I'm going to keep talking. Just comment below, and I'm just going to keep talking. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going back and forth. It's going to last a lot longer otherwise. I know this channel is still so young yet. Once we get enough people on here, I'll be wanting to pay attention to the comments. So when it comes to Mike Pence, it's so sad. The fact is, this douchebag that Trump put in as the VP at that point decided after January 6th actually happened, he decides I'm not going to go with Trump, and maybe I'll give it on the other side. And that's at this point, Mike Pence, you might as well go to the other side because as a Republican, as of right now, I'm not even a Republican right now. I'm more of an independent until the Republicans actually get their act together. If we get Trump back in there, hell yeah, I'm back as a Republican. I'm more of an independent. I'm at that point where I'm just tired of Republicans being rhinos. There's so many out there that are rhinos. I'm scared for this fact that the history of the whole future of the world depends on this next election. People say, well, Dez, you're a little bit overreacting on this one. No. Do you realize every election, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Well, I suck at this. It's like one of those things where I'm just trying to. I was actually a minute late too, actually going live, but I'm just trying to do my topics. Hey, let's talk about this after the fact because I look like a dumbass right now. Okay. I appreciate it. And just keep talking. So during this time, Mike Pence first off was put in actually as the VP, and then during this time when Trump needed Mike Pence the most, it's when he actually stabbed him in the back. Hey, Mike Pence. So if this is actually just a tradition, it should not be a tradition anymore. But if it's one of those things where they could actually do something about it, then at that point, Mike Pence is a stabber in the back. He actually is the new Trump would be the new Caesar, I guess, because he stabbed Trump in the back So if that's just a tradition, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, if it's actually not, and Mike Pence could have stopped something here, Trump's a new Caesar, which is terrible to think about. But the fact is, at the end of the day, you got to look at it the way it actually is. Because if Mike Pence could have actually done something about it, and he didn't, how many more knives have gone actually at Trump's back prior to that and after the fact? So is Trump the new Caesar? As I talk about this stuff, it just comes to my mind. It's one of those things where it's like son of a nutcracker. It's really one of those things that pisses me off. Mike Pence, just like that guy, that Morning Joe guy that was Republican and went to independent. Big middle fingers for you guys because you're number one in my heart because you guys mean so much to me. What scares me is so many people actually take these people serious. Mike Pence is pretty much one in the shade, let's be honest. The fact he was running for president, nobody took him serious. And I love the fact. I just hope Trump is not known as the next Caesar because that would be one of those things we don't want. I'm just saying because at the end of the day, it's like I just think about it. I just thought about that as I was talking. It's like, is he the new Caesar? God, I hope not. Going from that topic to the next topic, we're going to talk about the bloodbath. First and foremost, to the media out there that actually is putting this stuff out there, that lie every chance that they can. If you actually watch the damn video, if you actually even take a second to watch whatever amount of seconds it took, it was less than a minute for that point from point A, point A to point B. That's all it would take. But no, these assholes on the left, yes, they're asshats. They decide because Trump said bloodbath. Prior to that, actually, I did see what about is I was watching Louder Crowder today. They did a whole monologue of what they were doing on the left, talking about a bloodbath going into the election. It'd be a bloodbath, bloodbath, bloodbath. And now Trump said this whole concept. First and foremost, Trump was talking about the automotive concept if Joe Biden would actually become president again. Not that'd be a bloodbath if Trump would not win the next election. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. The left and every speech, when you go live, you take every speech within 30 seconds of either side to actually figure out what the people are talking about. The fact is, what is so scary is people are actually willing to actually just do the pinpoint of what the person is saying. If they say bloodbath, 3 seconds, and that's it. That's not actually being newsworthy at all. I'm not news, and I actually know that much more. I know that a lot better than a lot of other ass butts out there. I'm trying to keep it PG, even though I always say it's not for children. But his speech was not ridiculous. I actually want to rewatch it. I've never. It's one of those things where it really chaps somebody's, assets. Because, once again, Trump is being a smart ass like he always actually is. And it's a glorious thing. It's one of those things where the left always got to pinpoint some things. And when it comes to a certain word, just like that, bloodbath, of course, they're going to go after that. They have to go after that because, you know what? They're losing in the polls. They're losing everything. They know Joe Biden is done, so they got to go for whatever they can get to make sure that Trump becomes the bad guy. The Antichrist, if you will. The Nazi. The Heil Hitler. We're at a point right now where if you take any news media actually legit at this point, I feel sorry for you. I mean, you go to airports and you're flying somewhere. Like I go to an airport this coming, it'll be after the election, so hopefully I think the planes we're going on are actually Delta, so we're actually good. Boeing is the one that's actually failing. But when you got stuff falling off, like nuts and bolts and freaking a wing falling off, I don't think a wing is falling off yet, but that'd be funny. There's plenty of motors that have actually burned up while they're going actually. When it comes down to the whole enchilada, it's so scary how they They have all this power to actually let the people know what they want you to hear and not the truth. Like the whole bloodbath thing. What is so scary about this is they're doing the propaganda that Hitler did, making sure the Jews were the bad people, making sure the people that were against Hitler, well, not against Hitler, but the ones that he was against, were the ones that would be the ones that he would be going after. And people fell for it. I know Joe Biden's not that smart of a guy. Let's be honest. He's kind of retarded at this point in this stage of his life. But what's so sad is many liberals out there will still follow the frickin' line. Because look at China virus. Look at, well, China virus, the election, the Obama elections, I guess. As I said, I voted for Obama the first time. I was a dumbass. But the fact is, at the end of the day, the other guy was basically also a liberal, but at the same time, well, a rhino. But I digress on that part. The fact is, we're living in a time period where we can do a lot of research online and figure stuff out. And with what's going on in this world, we're allowing this to still happen. And I think it's sad and it's silly. And when it comes to the bloodbath, and he was not even talking about, because he made the comment at the end, if I don't become president, because he was talking about the automotive thing, it'll be a bloodbath. The fact is, of course, as I said earlier, Sleepy Joe, aka from MSNBC, was talking about this whole crap. Yeah, you dumbass. When you left the fucking Republican Party, we were happy. We don't want you. You're a singer. Yes, I can get it. You can strum a guitar. I guess you can sing on a good. Fact is, we don't care about you, you schmuck. Morning Joe, whatever he's called. We got a Morning Joe and we got a Sleepy Joe. That's all we need. When it comes down to it, do your research. It's called common sense. And make sure that you don't fall for everything, because at the end, you'll end up with nothing. That'll take us to the main event here, the January 6th thing, because I was watching a couple of videos, of course, about the January 6th thing. And it's one of those things that really, really eats at me. All the lies that the left did to us. And of course, you had to listen to some of the stuff, the rigmarole that actually is January 6th. But once you actually do your own little bit of digging, once again, a little bit of research, everything was false. But this one, wait, no. January 6th is actually, I was watching a video, and it's actually a preview of actually what actually happened on January 6th. It's coming out soon here. I don't know what it's actually called. I saw that on Instagram. But the truth will be actually set free here soon here. And I'm excited about this, because it's all fake news that the media is portraying to us, which we knew, like AK Trump in his vehicle trying to, swerve the vehicle, even though he was actually behind a plastic thing. The fact is, the left has to lie so bad to make sure everybody falls in line. And at the end of the day, what's so scary about this is the fact so many people actually fall for this crap every time they can. They like, oh, Trump did this. He's like Superman. If you think Trump is that strong, good for you. We don't think he's that strong. Let's be honest. He's a badass, but he's not that big of a badass. And I love it. Keep it coming. I love that whole thing when you say that kind of stuff. Trump's no superhero, but he's a businessman that's actually working on making the world great again, not just America. When they keep making up these lies, like there was one video where they were saying like 3 cops died that day. No cops died that day. It was after the fact. After the fact of January 6th. And that cop was injured, and he died later on. What's so what is so scary is the fact that they're willing to lie on the news, and people actually will believe it because you know what? That's the news is supposed to actually be truthful. And when all they're doing is lies, how can we trust anybody? How in the hell can we trust anybody that's going to be willing to spread that kind of bull crap? Like on here, if I'm wrong, I will apologize to every last person on here. Because if I said something wrong, it's my bad, and I will apologize. Call common sense and common courtesy, and hopefully you will come back to this channel, and hopefully you will actually respect us even more. Whether it's myself or in the future for the other people who will be on this live, that's what I want for this page. The fact is, these people, they lie, and they just go on to the next story. They don't care about what they lied about. The media needs to be held accountable for what they have done. The fact that they are not is what's so scary. January 6th, right now, should be put down as the biggest bullcrap session of all times. January 6th committee should be put in prison for treason, and actually, I would say put in prison, throw away the key, they get bread and water until they die. That's it. They don't need no judge or jury because they were actually on TV, on freaking TV, doing their whole rigmarole, making sure it was actually legit for everybody to see. And what's so scary about this? Yeah, I like to say that word. It is what it is. What's so scary about this is people take it like it's actually like the Bible or like it's truth because, you know, they're on TV. Well, I'm on the internet. I'm on the YouTube. You take that with a grain of salt? No, because you know what? You will do your research, which you should. It's called common sense. So the committee is going to be taken down hopefully soon. I'm not sure if they will, but that would be glorious. Otherwise, that would be fake news as well. But at the same time, when it comes down to the January 6th thing, it pisses me off because Trump said peacefully protest. And he wanted to bring the National Guard there. Come on, people. Wake up. Nancy Pelosi and the mayor said no to both of that. It's like, you dumb son of amoeba. I think that's all I got to say. Otherwise, I'm going to start swearing more than what I did. Once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll be going live again on Thursday night, 7:30 Central Time. And I will be doing a Holy Week one starting on Sunday, this coming Sunday. I'm not sure what time. I'll give you a heads up on the Instagram. And I would plan on doing a Rants with Ed shorts actually on Wednesday night as well. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the news. Got to keep it going. And we might eventually go on more often. But the fact is right now we're just doing what we're doing. Figure at least 1 or 2 shorts of the week and the 2 long ones during the week. Once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, happy holidays. Peace.